not.
My husband and I. You know, it is so telling, isn't it, that line? A couple of smaller notes on this, Brittany, from Queer Lips of Truth. This year begins with fashion failures by Meghan Markle. Her failures are starting to show on her. Lots of people saying this was not a good look. And as ever, we have very creased trousers. Brittany, I know you're a bit of a fashion doyen. Did you pick up on that?
I did, and I also noticed her pants were too long, especially in the second day. The pants were over the shoes and kind of pooling because they were a bit too long. And of course, she has enough money to get her jeans tailored to her, and that would be preferable because you actually look a bit better. And then she shows up in this horrid coat that looks awful, makes her look pregnant. It's huge. It just doesn't even fit well. And then her grand outfit after that, she takes it off. Just has a crew neck sweater on tucked into a pair of jeans. And it's like, there is absolutely nothing stylish or interesting about that outfit. That's about what I wore in Denmark. I chose crew neck sweaters and jeans just to go out in the day to day. And so Megan could have definitely put a little bit more effort into her outfit there, but in some ways, like, she cares and she doesn't, because she wants this product to sell. She wants to be the center of attention, but she also doesn't care enough to, I think, actually dress the part. And sometimes selling things is all about dressing the part. And I think Megan had a pretty epic failure there.
And then Harry's hair. Where did it all come from? Brittany, look at this from Meghan's mole. I think it's a fair point, actually. Where did all that hair come from, Harry? We recently saw the bald-ass top with wispy pubes in court. So do you think he's used something? I mean, there are things you can put in, like sort of powder to thicken the top of your hair.
I mean, I think he definitely could have done that, Dan, but also as well, like, in the light of, let's say, an outdoor light, because what we also saw, Harry was walking outdoors in the court, so you could see the back of his head, because actually the back of his head is the worst. He has kind of a thicker wisp up front, which he can kind of maneuver to make his hair look a little bit thicker. It's really the back of his head when he turns around where it's really like, oh, that's bad. And so he definitely could have maybe sprayed something in to make it look like a smidge thicker. But, you can't hide from the actual cameras, Harry. So yes, maybe if he looks straight at the camera, you can't see how bad the balding is. Maybe the light was kind to him in this particular instance, but you can't avoid it. And he has had plenty of time to get hair plugs if he wanted to. But for him to complain at all about baldness or his brother's baldness, like, come on now, you're getting pretty bad there, Prince Harry.
Now, Brittany, of course, we knew that there was going to be some type of leak to the Daily Telegraph about Harry's security. This is what happens now. And we knew that it would come from Montecito. And sure enough, on Sunday, look at this. Prince Harry's stalker sat meters behind him at High Court trial. Now, this article is from Victoria Ward, who is the Deputy Royal Editor. She's the person who gets all of the leaks directly from Prince Harry's team in Montecito. And I think this article has been specifically designed to try and pressure Ravik. We've seen Charlotte Griffiths for the Mail on Sunday doing similar things, pressure Ravik into giving Prince Harry security. Now, I would argue it actually does the total opposite, even though Harry thinks it's clever, because, of course, if the stalker were allowed so close to him in court, it means that she does not provide a genuine security threat. But let me just take you through the reporting here. The Duke of Sussex's stalker sat a stone's throw from him on 2 occasions at the High Court last week, the Telegraph can reveal. Prince Harry was in court for the opening of his privacy trial against the publisher of the Daily Mail and gave evidence 2 days later. It can now be revealed that the known stalker, who is understood may be suffering from mental health issues, as I've always said, you'd have to have mental health issues to follow Prince Harry around the world, attended the hearing on 2 of the 4 days the Duke was in court, taking a seat in the public gallery a few metres behind him. On both occasions, the woman, who was on a list of known fixated individuals drawn up by a private intelligence company for the Duke, was immediately noticed by his private security team, who alerted court security staff. So can I just say, by the way, how lovely that if you're a fan of Prince Harry, he decides to put you on a fixated individuals list. But a source close to the Duke said there is nothing they could do They are not the police. It's a public building and she has a right to be there. He is obviously always worried about his security situation. It's not ideal. Well, look, let me just tell you for 1 second, Brittany, I have attended many a trial at the High Court. And for anyone to enter, certainly a member of the public, but anyone to enter that building, including, by the way, the judges, the cases, there is airport security, okay? So that woman was clearly not armed. She posed no danger. The courtroom was filled with security guards, but she didn't have a weapon. So the most she could have done was fling herself at Harry. But by the way, there's never been any understanding that she would do that. And I think Prince and Princess of Wales fan got it right by saying Prince Harry arranged a couple of incidents with this Sussex squad member just to try and get his security back. I mean, we don't know for sure it is this woman. There has been some suggestion it could be. I've sent this and many other photos and articles to Ravek, and Samantha Markle replied saying, nothing says cheesy like taking selfies with one's stalker. Brittany, I'm sorry, I don't think, again, this is the flex that Prince Harry believes it is. Because really, it's just a fan. It's just a female fan. There's not been any reports of the fact that she has lunged at Harry, that she is armed in any way. And let's be honest, you probably are a little bit weird if you're traveling all over the world. But this happens with tons of celebrities, right? It's very different to a terror threat or some type of actual threat on his life.
Right. And Dan, of course, we always want to say that, always hope that Harry remains safe and that if
Totally.
something serious comes up, then obviously it would be addressed. But the thing is that every time Harry enters the UK, he can actually call and let them know his travel plans. They will evaluate the security risk, the Met Police, and they will decide whether or not he needs public funded security in that instance. And they decided here no. And I'm sure her name is on a list somewhere that they have given the government. And the government's looked into her and gone, well, she just seems like a fan. And of course, there are fan situations that can turn dangerous, but those are in the extreme minorities. But there are people who will follow a celebrity around, whether that is, let's say, around during the, like, I'm going to pull something random out, the Wicked tour or something. There are probably people who went to every single premiere who are just big, big fans. And that is simply a reality of having some fame. And that's going to be Harry now. And so until there's an obvious example of where this woman is a threat, I don't think this is a flex, obviously, as you said, that Harry thinks this is, because she just comes across as an Uber fan. The government seems to think the same thing, or at least the security forces seem to think the same thing. And then Harry and Meghan have also cultivated an extreme fan base that would be more likely to, let's say, obsessively follow them around the world. And Harry and Meghan seem to want that, but then don't want it, or are utilizing that extreme fan base for their own benefit. And that's just pretty twisted, I have to say.
It's really twisted. It's very twisted. And look, as I say, personally, I actually think this proves that Harry isn't under threat from this specific woman. Because trust me, Harry's team will have been all over the officials with this. And if there had have been a serious threat, she would have been removed from that courtroom. And she wasn't. We've had no indication that she was armed whatsoever. To me, this is desperate. What is perhaps more shocking over the weekend, though, is that the King continues to side with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle over Prince William on a couple of issues. And what he's about to do, or at least what he is rumoured to be considering doing.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's highly anticipated Sundance Film Festival debut ended in embarrassment, with footage showing a half-empty auditorium and a speech critics are calling a total car crash. What was meant to be a triumphant Hollywood moment instead left viewers questioning the Sussexes' influence and relevance. Tonight we break down the footage, analyse the awkward and tense moments, and explore what this means for their public image, alongside the Royal News Network. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for independent royal coverage and insider analysis.